Welcome to Sisters Strong, a podcast and video series about possibility. I'm your host, Betsy Wiersma. This podcast and video series is our way to share ideas and insights and experiences to help us all stand together for health and happiness. It's ideas for your toolkit. So try them on and see if they help your journey. Today, sharing her amazing knowledge, her deep network of amazing connections, and her wonderful leadership skills is, the amazing Pam Bales. And the crowd goes wild. Whoa! Welcome, Pam.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, the first hookup Pam gave me is how to have the northern lights behind me instead of just my stinky old office. So I know you're all saying, did you go to Iceland? And this is as close to the northern lights as I have been. Even when I went to Iceland, it wasn't there. So thank you, Pam, for the hookup on the cool background.
You bet.
Well, Pam and I go in the Wayback Machine. We have known each other in this community for many, many years. We are so glad to collaborate in the CampExperience and West Metro Chamber network to help women, help businesses, and thrive. And so today I really was happy that Pam is going to give us some thoughts about, collaboration and the change of business, like how in a minute everything changed. So Pam, what are some of your observations that you're seeing?
Well, I will say as a regional chamber, we oversee about 6 cities, but each of them have their own chambers as well. And people talk about collaboration, but until you go through something like this, you don't really know what collaboration is. Competition, egos, for the most part, go out the window. It's all about how do we help our community? How do we help our businesses? How do we help our restaurants? It'll make me cry. It'll really choke me up. The people that have come together have been amazing, and it's not always who you expect. We have had 50-person conference calls, not even Zoom, just conference calls, talking about how do we feed our most vulnerable? How do we make sure our kids and our seniors are getting fed? Then what do we do for our businesses? How do we make sure they know where to go for loan assistance? What's happening at the state level? How do we funnel that down to the county level, down to the city levels? There's so much information. It's really overwhelming. But what we're trying to do as chambers, as a group, is to say, come to our website. We have all the links you need, and we're now starting to date our websites. So when we put something else new up, it's like, this is the most up-to-date thing as of this date. We've really shifted, but businesses are still our priority. And we've just added in the communities on a much bigger level, and everybody really is working together. I think there's a lot of work to be done. So if you're bored, volunteer opportunities, if you're under 60, are huge. If you think about volunteer corps, who volunteers? Retired people. They can't come out. We need them to stay where they are. It hurts them. It's so hard for them. But, we need younger people, and they still need those volunteers. First line nonprofits who feed and clothe people, they're going down, and they know they're going to go down. They're rotating their staffs. They're sick, but they still need to be able to direct these new volunteers. So it's a whole new world, just like Zoom. And I have to credit my sister, who is a teacher in rural Indiana, for teaching me how to do that background. So glad.
We all are helping each other, and just the Northern Lights is making me happy. In my shirt from Italy, I keep dressed. One of my things is dress for yourself. So I thought that this shirt has enough color to probably keep 10 people healthy.
It looks perfect against the Northern Lights.
It does. It's, you would wear an Italian shirt when you're watching the Northern Lights. Yeah. Okay. Well, so tell everybody a little bit about your background, because you have been kind of innovating with chamber leadership for a while. You have been in the trenches over there. And I think what I think is so important is all the foundation you have put in place in that chamber for all these years is why it is so easy to pivot and bring everyone together, because you have deposited, Pam, your leadership and your team have deposited and served your members and been, always professional and innovative and collaborative. And so then when this happens, the what happens, right? You were able to already have the relationships in place to be able to call, 50 women this morning at your women's group, So talk about that, because when people are coming to me as marketing, person and saying, what do I do? I'm like, man, this is where the roots are so important that you've
Yes.
laid down in your organization and in your outreach. So talk about some of the things you've seen that it's great you had in place, as a leader.
Okay, well, I will tell you the really interesting part is, we have a foundation that runs a leadership program. A lot of chambers do. We have something called Leadership Jefferson County. I went through in 2010, so 10 years ago, all of a sudden, the public health person running our disaster, she was in my class. I run to go get my liquor last night at the wine store. One of my lawyer friends that was in my classes there. All of a sudden, all these people that have come up now in their careers in 10 years, they are placed in these different areas still in this community. And it's like, oh my gosh, hi. Okay, what can I do for you? So I think, those connections, we pride ourselves on being connectors in chambers, and especially our regional chamber, we're a little different. And so I think giving people also the ability to lead. I have a marketing gal who is amazing. Madison MacDonald, I will call her out. She has been in touch with other marketing people in the chambers, in the community, saying, what can we do with the cities? We're doing a huge takeout takeover. All of the cities in the county are saying, here are the people that are open. Please go get your food, tip big, and go home. We're sharing. We're doing the same promotion, which never happens. I've been in the community I've been in Jefferson County for close to 25 years now, which is pretty startling to think about.
You started at like 8 or 10. It's amazing. You were a child prodigy in your leadership.
Thank you. Yeah. But I think it's a very tight-knit community, and everybody really wants the best for this community. One thing people don't realize is we are the oldest county, aging county in the entire state. So we are really dealing with some issues with our assisted living and our nursing homes, and we're trying to get that out there. I think at this point, it's just whoever what can we do? People are reaching out to people they haven't talked to, forever, and saying, I need your help. And you have to say, okay, what can I do? But I will tell you, I got a little overwhelmed. Probably, it seems like 3 months ago now. It was last week. It was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so a week ago Tuesday, I was a little overwhelmed when I left, because I thought, I can't be pulled in all these different directions. I don't know what to do. Then I had a really good talk with the head of CASA, who's a good friend of mine. And she said, you can only do what you can do. And the best thing you can do is connect, coordinate and connect. Let other people do some of the stuff. So once you kind of let go and say, okay, these are the people I know. I'm going to slam all these emails out to you guys. You figure out what we need to do. And it's working. And I think other people are feeling it. Not everybody has to do everything. Not everybody has to be the lead, but you have to have everybody communicating so the appropriate people can lead in the appropriate arenas.
Yeah,
so that's what's working.
I kind of felt like compelled to put a positive message into the world every day. And my message is, love is the antivirus. And there's 3 pieces to it. Love yourself, self-love. So self-care, number 1. Yep. 2, love your community, help others, your family and others. And number 3, believe in the possible, be part of the solution. And every day since the beginning, I've been doing a post, even the day I got out of the shower. And other than the really weird men that are following me and trying to get my phone number, I'm hoping this is uplifting the people I'm trying to touch. And the weird military guy from Iran wasn't really my target market. But
funny. Funny.
Like the shower scene. But, I feel like as a head of my organization, we really reinvented, like you, in the last week, reinvented and launched Sisters Strong. And we're, unfortunately, when you think I've been here for all these years, you're like, yeah, Betsy, and you've been doing that for 15 years. So we've been around a long time. Well,
awesome.
So if you're giving business advice from your perspective, one thing you said is, do what you can, because I really believe those friendships from the past, like you talked about with leadership, but also that you're creating now by helping together. These are your future clients. These are, people that are going to help each other. So get involved to the level you can, find your piece to this puzzle. And what else would you tell people that are just like, man, I just got to hear some ideas that I can try?
So the thing I would say from a really a serious business perspective is get on a chamber website or get on a city website. The chambers are pretty, any chamber that's worth their salt will have this on there. You need to look at SBA loans now rather than later. The disaster loan, Governor Polis did a great job getting all 64 counties of our state as disaster loans for SBA, Small Business Administration. Those loans are 3.75 with a 30-year payback. Do not wait. If you think that you are going to have to do this, you're going to have problems, which I think we all are, go ahead and apply. It's not going to hurt. Community First Fund or Community First Foundation just came out today saying that they're going to do $1 million grant to nonprofits. Great. You can, yep, and it's a grant. It is not a loan. So it's not out there yet, but be looking on Community First Foundation as well. Any 501c3 can apply. I don't know what that looks like yet. We will be applying for our foundation.
Right.
And then go to those chamber websites to see the links for loans, for grants, for things that are going to help you. And the other thing I would encourage you, and this is really hard to say, but I want to be very vulnerable and very honest. I had to lay 3 of my staff off. I'm a staff of 6. And the reason I laid them off is so that they could get the unemployment benefits that are now out there. You know, we're tapping into workers' comp. I don't know exactly how the state's doing it, but unemployment is there. You know, small businesses have to do paid leave for 2 weeks. That's tapping into workers' comp. There's going to be money coming down from the federal area into the state into the county. So don't wait is the biggest thing I would say to you. I've even found myself a little bit behind for our chamber. But, you know, being able to get my people on unemployment with the hope that in, 2 months, I can come back and hire them again, great. But don't wait. Make sure your people have what they need. It's a weird time, but the faster you can react, I think the better shape you're going to be in. Who knows how long these SBA loans will take? I don't even know if they'll take, what we're doing. But you might as well get on there and do it. And I will tell you, I got on at 3 o'clock this morning because people kept saying it was crashing. Had no problem. Took me 45 minutes. I was back in bed by 4 a.m.
Oh, no, but that's a really good tip, though. People, I had heard that before, that, go unconventional times to the grocery. I'm 59 in April, so I can't go to the senior shopping. But my friend Lindy, who's 63, got carded, and she's like, it's the first time I've been carded for shopping ever.
That's funny.
Shopping. But I'm trying to take the humor and the lightness where it is. Senior shopping and getting carded. I mean, those are interesting times. And I have a good story that I called my dad, who's he's in the epicenter. He's 84. He's got emphysema. He's on oxygen at night in Indiana, so he's self-quarantined. He's in his 12th day. I said, Dad, I want to show you Zoom so you can see me. And he said, I know what you look like. It's okay. I don't want to do those fancy gadgets. So, he's got 3 books, 5 puzzles, and on TV, and he's very happy.
That's good. That's good.
Well, you are as bright as the Northern Lights. Just saying that it. You are as bright as the Northern Lights. I'm so happy to be your partner and your collaborator. I will, again, share all the things we're doing for entertainment, edutainment, and to keep our people. Today I went donating at the Samaritan House, and they said they have 51 kids that are in their family unit in quarantine because they don't let the families leave the floor, and the kids have nothing to do. So I think camp is going to put together craft kits and activity kits for all those kids. So again, like you just said, keep finding the little things we can each do and putting them into our networks, because I think my network can step up for that, and there's going to be a lot of people who can make some kits. And then I will, of course, look and see what's going on in your network, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. Will you please tell everyone, Pam Bales, how to find you and the West Metro Chamber?
You bet. So our website is westmetrochamber.org. And we have everything posted. We have a slider that says COVID-19 is here, and so are we. You click that, that will get you into everything you need to find for links for your business. The one thing I would say that just came out last Thursday, the governor has put on the governor's office, its own volunteer. If you go to the state website where you can volunteer, or if you're a nonprofit in need of volunteers, you can do the same thing. We have it on our website as well, and so does the Arvada Chamber. So if you are able to volunteer, please go on there. You can plug into where you want to. Check our website for information. We'll keep it updated through this entire thing, and just don't wait would be my biggest thing. I love that you are doing the kindness, Betsy Wiersma, and the uplifting, because we need it. I need it. Anybody who is overwhelmed with information or no information needs it as well. So thank you for everything you do.
Well, it's fun to do it with you, friend. And we're going to keep on keeping on because, you know,
Yes.
that's what we know how to do. So we will check back in with you. I will hopefully be speaking live this summer by July when I'm speaking at the Women in Business. I hope that we will be hugging. The
If not,
anti-hugging
it'll be
thing
on
is,
Zoom.
yeah, if not, you know, we'll have a blowout on Zoom, but the anti-hugging thing is my worst part, actually. It's
Same
like,
here.
I'm going to start, I hug my dogs a lot, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to hug. So here's your virtual hug, and so much appreciation for you. Thank you all for listening to Sisters Strong, a podcast and video series about possibility. We are part of the Global Sisterhood Podcast Network, which is women with voices for good. We want to plug you in, support you, and help you on this journey to health and happiness. Please share our helpful messages and podcasts and videos with anyone who needs uplifting ideas, energy, and some good old-fashioned love. I'm your host, Betsy Wiersma.